are useful for their purpose, but they are no substitute for brains.
All right, here we go.
I have to say, well done, Ray. Well done. Well played, my adversary. Well played.
Phoenix isn't gay, but if he was, he'd pick Fremont.
Oh yeah, he'd be living down there with you in the bunker, man. Woo!
Once you go free, you always do the Z.
Like one day I'm not going to Duncan, and you could get a controller, a new Xbox, possibly even a cord.
And now your hosts back from Dunkin' Donuts.
Welcome to BGFG episode 515. I'm your host, Chris Phoenix, and joining me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Free Mosey. How are you doing this week, sir?
Well, I've decided that I'm going to throw a temper tantrum if you're greedy and hog all the mic time again.
Okay. All righty. All right. So how are you doing?
Well, I'm just going with the name of the show is Tantrums and Greed. So
Yeah. How are you doing this week?
I'm fair to middling.
Fair to middling. Okay. Have you guys got
Not sure what that means. It's just what people say. So
Okay.
I'm saying it.
All right. Okay. Might as well just get into this week's news.
BGFG News. You heard it here third.
So first up in this week's news, White House fires the entire commission. The entire commission. The commission is the one that reviews designs for federal buildings. 6 members in total. They advise the president and Congress on design plans for like monuments, memorials, coins, and federal buildings. Notice I said federal buildings. They've
U.S. Commission of Fine Arts. Okay.
reviewed
I
plans
hate
for
to see that go.
Yes. They've reviewed plans for everything from the Arlington National Cemetery to the Vietnam Vets Memorial. And they were terminated effective immediately. And guess what else they were going to be advising?
Apparently, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that they weren't giving positive feedback on the beautiful new ballroom.
You are correct, sir. That is absolutely correct. They were not given favorable because, again, he's tearing down an entire wing to make the ball. It's just ridiculous. And the president's going to be replacing those 6 with personal choices of his own, making sure that they're more aligned with Trump's policies.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're the guy in power, you do what you want, right?
We got 3 more years of this. It just boggles my mind that this not only can be done, but is being done. Like if
Well,
you don't like
it kind of highlights how much we don't know about our own government, right?
yeah,
Like we
yeah,
put
I
this
can
guy
see
in there, and then now we find out that somebody has the ability to just do all these different things. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, he can just at will fire people, rehire people, make policies. It's just ridiculous. Like you said, the current administration makes the rules. Let's see what they do with Microsoft, though, right? Because Microsoft has since been unscathed. As much as we like to bash Microsoft, they're the only ones that haven't bowed down to the president at this point. And it's funny because we started the show years and years ago saying that we don't do politics. But this current administration's done stuff that's just, you can't avoid it. It's just so odd. And,
But it's not really politics because we're not trying to sway someone one way or the other. We're just reporting on what's happening.
yeah.
in
That is
crazy
true.
clown town.
Well, Microsoft hasn't bowed down to anything that the president has said since.
Yeah.
And all the other tech companies, including Apple, have gone and done whatever the president says in order to keep their shareholders happy and keep their companies running. The only holdout is Microsoft. Satya Nadella stayed away from the inauguration and everything else that the president has done with the tech industry. Even when Trump said that he wanted Microsoft to fire their president of global affairs, Lisa Monaco, Nutella just ignored him. Trump hasn't said anything about that, but there is an ongoing antitrust probe all of a sudden. When Microsoft dropped their law firm, and then let me go back a little bit. Microsoft dropped their law firm because the law firm that was representing Microsoft gave $125 million to the Trump campaign. So Microsoft was like, Nadella was like, no, they're out. We're going to get another law firm. And they did. And they got that other law firm. And that law firm proceeded to file a lawsuit against Trump for him interfering in certain things. When Trump went on social media and talked about how Monaco was a threat to national security, studying that Microsoft has a lot of government contracts. And so he was basically threatening those contracts, really. In reality, that's what he was doing. But I bet those contracts are not only long-term, but I also bet they're rock solid. So I don't think he's going to be able to get Microsoft out of those, which I'm guessing is making the administration crazy because they can't break it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's going to just piss him off. He's going to find some other way, do something. It's just ridiculous. And there's going to be 3 more years of this shit.
Well, he could he could outlaw Windows operating system as a security threat. I'd love to see that. I actually would love to see that happen. It's just the sheer panic in IT the day that gets signed. Like,
that would be kind of funny. All right, moving on.
There'd be that guy going, I could get everybody on Linux in a week.
Yeah, and then you got people like me going, hey, I'm familiar with Apple. We can do Mac. I don't know if you heard the news, but NVidia has become the first $5 trillion company. And it's all because of AI. That's right. It's all because of AI. And it still amazes me that about 6 years ago, NVIDIA was just a GPU company, mining for computer geeks. And their biggest competition was AMD. And the biggest concern was getting all their stuff into PCs, laptops, handhelds, and TVs, getting that chip in there. Now look at them. They're globally leading AI. So much so, and it has become a conversation between governments about what NVIDIA is doing with their AI and how they're selling it and shit. And the backbone, they are the backbone of AI development right now. They are literally doing it. They've gone from a gaming community to industry creation and leaderships. That's amazing to see that happen.
If you look at this graph I'm looking at here, 2023.
Yeah, put the graph in the show notes. It's
they were right there with Alphabet, Google, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. They're all in this graph. They're all like within probably $50 billion or whatever this. I don't know what the amount is that they're graphing here, but after 2023, they pull ahead. By 2024, there's a nice little gap there. 2025, you could probably add all of the others together, and they still wouldn't be as high as as NVIDIA and
as Giraffe has.
As of where we are now, it's ridiculous.
Honestly,
it's ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever seen a company rise like that.
This is stock value. Okay, so their stock value has gained 1,400% in 4 years.
It's just a cash cow. Don't worry, though. Apple and Microsoft recently posted earnings that they are 2 in the race still, each becoming $4 trillion company. But NVIDIA it's going to keep rising because AI is not going anywhere at all. At all. As much as, I mean, even the company I currently work for, they're looking into AI, but even that's cautious. And I've already had one person call me paranoid. I'm like, okay.
As soon as I see that NVIDIA is rebranding themselves under the name Skynet,
somebody's going to do it.
Then I'll have to make some moves to harden the bunker.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. Finally this week, another company that we love to bash, AOL. Good old AOL is being...
Yeah, did not see this coming.
AOL's being shut
At
down.
all.
No, wait, it's not being shut down. They're being sold to a company called Bending Spoons for roughly $1.5 million, which ironically is not a lot. No, it's million.
1.5 billion.
It is billion? I thought it was million.
Mm-mm.
I'll get a cross off all my show notes here. Next couple of lines were useless now. For reasons I don't know. Because AOL still has around 30 million users across its mail and web content. The reason Bending Spoons gives is because it has incredible loyal user base. More like elderly that have no idea what else to use. Trust me, I saw it for a decade at Geek Squad.
I'd like to know how many of these people are actually still alive out of the 30 million.
That's questionable, but I can tell you from, like I said, the decade of Geek Squad, everybody that came in that had AOL was paying $30 a month, roughly, for AOL services. They had AOL mail. I knew a guy for a while that had a car restoration company that he had an AOL mail, and I would turn to him and go, man, if you want to be taken seriously, you really should get off of AOL. Because if you want to restore my 69 Camaro, and I'm going to give you, 10 to 15 grand up front to even start the project, and you're telling me to talk to you through AOL, I'm gonna have a question or two, personally.
Yeah.
But Bending Spoons is a privately, I don't know what the hell they want it for. Bending Spoons is a privately held Italian holding company. They invest in systems with large user bases and inject new technology. Good luck injecting new tech in AOL space. They're on AOL because they don't like change. Bending Spoons is valued at $11.5 billion. So they must be doing something right. It's just I have no idea what they're going to do with that. I don't. You can't get... trust me when I tell you, I've been right there in front of it with customers. They can't possibly inject more ads. It's not possible. Almost the entire screen when you check your email on AOL is an ad.
Yeah.
And you have pop-ups. So I don't know.
I have no idea.
And we've joked for years about how the back end of AOL is a server farm for the CIA. And that was a joke because their server farm really can't be that big compared to the other things that are out there, like Amazon's S3 or Google, or it just can't. And having a 30 million person user base, like Fremo said, these are all elderly. These are all people that have no idea what technology is. These are all people that just can't. Like, they can't accept technology.
But obviously, it's not a CIA server farm, or it would have been sold to a Italian venture capitalist firm, Could you imagine if it actually is and that happened? The Monday morning meeting, you come in and you're the one responsible for AOL, and they're like, "Hey, we don't have access to XYZ servers anymore. What's going on?" Yeah, about that. we kind of missed it, but Yahoo sold that off, even though they weren't supposed to. Sorry.
Sorry. So sorry. All right, let's get into this week's music. This week's music is from a show favorite, Buckcherry. This is off their new album, Black Butterfly. It releases next month. This song is Please Don't Go Away. And I'm going to catch you on the other side for some Stick Style.
In my darkest state of mind, I am riddled with despair. When I try and close my eyes, your voice is all I hear. I will think of you tonight. I will and made me realize now it's changing everything. It's crazy how I feel this way. I can't explain, don't go away. I see your shadow all the time. See your face inside my mirror, like a sunset in the sky. You distract me from my fears. I keep holding it inside, and I wish that you were near. It's better when you're here. Please don't go away. You're making a mistake. You and I were meant to be. You opened up my eyes and made me realize now it's changing everything. It's crazy how I feel this way. I can't explain, don't go away. All the things you said and all the games we play will come back to you. See the look in your eyes. Oh, don't go away. Please don't go away. You're making a mistake. You and I were meant to be. Please don't go away. You're making a mistake. You and I were meant to be. You opened up my eyes and made me realize now it's changing everything. It's crazy how I feel this way. I can't explain why I feel this way. It's hard to say. I wanna make you see what you mean to me. Don't go away.
There's a little short song, good track. The album is a banger. It is. But when you listen to the album, he's going through some shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the album is that. All right, let's get into this week's music. No, stick style.
Music. We just did music.
Sorry.
Gaming.
Oh, for the love of God, here we go again. PlayStation games for November, ladies and gentlemen. All fucking 3 of them. Stray is the first one. That's that cat game that came out years ago. Yeah, it's on PlayStation Plus now. Great, thank you. EA Sports WRC 24. It's 2 years old. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which is out in 2019. And it doesn't even look good at all. Again, like we've said 100 times, if we said it once here on the show, you're giving PlayStation people 3 choices. At least Xbox, when you give them like crap choices, there is 15 choices. You know, this one's only 3. I can't even with them anymore. It's just.
I may be one thing if all 3 of them were, like really good games.
I'm not saying Stray's bad. Stray's a good game if you're into that sort of thing. Like that's something like sit on the couch, bored AF, can't go out, you got a broken leg or something, and you just move this cat around the city. It's entertaining. I've played it. But it's not something that's going to grip me and be like, man, I can't wait to get home to play Stray.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. How many times can we say it? Good job, Sony.
Yeah, you dumbasses. Game Pass games
no
for
sarcasm in that at all.
Game Pass games for November. We have 1000 Resistance, Resist. We have Football Manager 26, Dead Static Drive, Egging On, Whiskerwood, Void Train, Winter Burrow, and rounding up the end of the month is going to be around the anniversary date for Xbox will be Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which is huge as a free game. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, Monsters Are Coming, Rockin' Road. So again, as we pointed out, they're getting multiple games. So even if one's shit, you probably find something in that list outside of Call of Duty that you're going to find at least remotely entertaining, and that's our point. It's that it's so you might be wondering what's next for Xbox. And there was a lot of talk because there was a lot of conferences and earnings calls and things like that.
Dead again. Xbox is over again for the 4th, 5th, 6th time.
Yeah, everybody's always claiming that Xbox is dead, but I can see what I can see the point that people are making when they say that Xbox is dead, because as we've said on the show before, the console wars were over 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, and the fact that you're moving forward, like Sony's not going anywhere. They do have a gigantic user base overseas. So they're probably not going to go anywhere. But as for Xbox, they're looking to venture out, and it's a smart thing that they did do what they did. They're I don't know. You got Halo going to PlayStation 5, which again, everybody's like, okay, that's it. Xbox is dead. Microsoft and Xbox itself has also had layoffs, game cancellations, studio closures, price hikes. So there's a lot. They're pushing integrated AI and voice controls into Windows 11. They're pushing AI helpers, for lack of a better term, into Xbox. Nadella said himself that the console wars are over, which he's right. And that he wants people to enjoy games on every platform, which loosely means that he wants to sell on every platform. He wants to make money. Because their goals recently that we've reported on the show as well, their goals are getting higher and higher as for how much they're going to be making. And the Game Pass is a big problem for them. And it will be in the future as well, because those are free games. That's what's drawing people to make that commitment, to make that payment, to get those free games. Like, look, regardless of how you cut it, this month, I'm going to pay $30 for PlayStation Ultimate, Game Pass Ultimate. But if I played that type of game, Call of Duty will be on my PC as well as my Xbox for free. So I paid $30 this month, and that's a $70 game. Now, if you can find a game per month or two, AA games a month, you're making it's worthwhile for you to spend that money.
You really only have to find a game every other month to break even.
It's true. That's true. And I don't see how
if you
couldn't.
find 6 games a year on Game Pass that you would normally spend, $60, $70 for, you're breaking even.
Right.
And there's usually at least minimum 1 game a month. Sometimes there's multiple games, and then you have all the other ones that you get to just try them out that you may not have bought at the store because you didn't want to pay 30, 40, $50 for it, but you get it for free and you find out, hey, that was entertaining.
Yeah.
And so it's a no-brainer. But yeah, at some point, I don't know how they keep doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know how. My fear is they're going to end up like Sony at some point down the road with,
I don't think so.
Their Game Pass.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
No, I said fear. I didn't say they were going to.
No. Well, again, it's really up to the publishers. It's up to Nadella and the people higher up that are going to say, "Hey, look, we're losing our shirts on this. We have to cut back." Everything's moving forward toward a one platform choice. Think of it like buying an Xbox, but you get a PC, or buying a PC and you get an Xbox. The ultimate tier is going to be more of a premium tier. That box that you buy, regardless of which one it is, will hold your PC, Xbox, and access to all your other games on all your other platforms. You're seeing it now with the Xbox app on your PC, where if you have Steam and you have GOG and you have EA, and it'll all float over to that one interface, kind of like we said before, the big picture mode on Steam. So it's definitely going in that direction. And Phil Spencer even said that the next Xbox will run a full version of Windows.
Yeah.
With a TV, they're looking at they're trying to optimize how can I put this? They're trying to optimize a console for a TV as a top layer. So I foresee, and I'm calling it now, I foresee that you're going to see another type Netflix type video option, TV option built in to Windows again. Remember Media Center way back where you can get a Happenaw tuner and plug it in and you would have TV. Great idea. I used that shit for years. I thought it was awesome. You're going to see something like that again, I believe, because they want you to have that one unit. They got to be looking at Apple TV, because I can go right now upstairs to my Apple TV in the living room and I can pop that on. I can go to the games section. Now, I'm not going to get AAA games on Apple TV, but it's not saying that they can't put them on there. I can grab a Bluetooth controller and I can play any game I want through my Apple TV on my television. So I foresee that that's the way Microsoft wants this to go. And again, I still say again, bring back the dumb TVs. Give me a regular TV, a good panel with like 5 HDMI ports, and I'll be happy. I don't need all this. I don't need all this bullshit apps. But they want to make sure that they're what? What are you laughing about?
Because that's what I did with my Vizio. I just the new TV I bought.
Yeah.
For gaming on.
Yeah.
It's not even connected. I don't have it on my network.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah,
it's just
it's just there.
Because I don't want ads popping up while I'm playing my Xbox.
And after reading this article that I linked in the show notes, I'm again confirming that this whole thing, I think Microsoft was making a handheld. It's not that they didn't, well, it is that they didn't finish it. They didn't want to push it back, but they also weren't sure how it was going to be handled, if they were going to make money on it. And they can't afford to lose that type of money, especially tightening up the straps. And I think the Asus partnership was a test to see if they should drop the money on a handheld. So I think the next console will have Windows on a back end, period. But you're going to have your choice between a handheld, a console, or your PC. And I think it's going to be, it's really going to be a situation. Imagine getting a full-size PC, like an Alienware PC, like I have here in the studio. I can watch TV if I wanted to, and I can put up the Xbox app. My console right over there. Nice console. Looks good. I like it. Maybe it has a few little bells and whistles that the PC doesn't have, or an ease of use or something. There is those PCs that are really hot right now that are the size of an Apple TV. Kind of like the mini PCs. You could easily brand one of those as an Xbox. You're going to have a bunch of premium choices. Yeah. Or maybe you don't want any of that. Maybe you're a teenager or 20-something that you have Netflix on one TV in your living room, but you're never there because you get home from work and you go out with your friends and you come home and lay in bed. Okay, a handheld's good for you. So the handheld's going to give you the exact same experience that you can have on a PC or on a console. I think that's exactly where the direction's going. And then they're going to sprinkle in a bunch of other things like television, sprinkle in Netflix, sprinkle in all that stuff. They already have it on the PC. They already have those apps available. I can pull up Hulu or Netflix right now. So what's to say they can't do it?
Whatever, yeah.
And they definitely want to put it on everything. What do you think?
We called this last week or 2 weeks ago before this news even became public. Remember, we said that the next Xbox will be some sort of hybrid PC type deal.
Yeah,
that a actual dedicated console will no longer exist.
No, I don't think so. The only one's going to be left is PlayStation, and the moves that PlayStation has made in the past couple of years, like removing their PlayStation View,
or hasn't made,
exactly, I think is piss poor, and they're just, it's a great machine, it's a great user interface, but it's just not, it's just not all there right now. The thing that I still say, and I say it every time we bring it up, the thing that truly pisses me off still about the PlayStation is one of the features that I was excited about was the game card. So while you're playing a game, if you're stuck at a level. And how many times did that happen to you on Doom? Where it's like, how do I get over here? How do I get that little? How do I unlock that gate? Get that
Like
extra
once.
piece. Okay, fuck you. It would be nice that you could pull up, the menu and just see a hint from some other player that already did it.
Yeah.
And PlayStation only does that with like Astrobot, barely, and a few other games, and that was it. And then it dropped off after the game, like after the initial launch of the game, it just dropped off. Nobody was doing it. So it's kind of a useless feature now. So it sucks, but it is what it is. It's going to be exciting to see what the future holds for it, though. I'll tell you that. All right, let's get into it for what it's worth.
Sony's going to become the new AOL at some point.
Oh yeah, that would suck. let's get into tech news. Let's start off with a bag of cats. Patrick Gelsinger, forced out of being CEO of Intel and sued by shareholders after Intel lost half of their value. Which I don't even want to get into that because I don't even understand how that happened. Well, I blame NVIDIA for that. Well, now he runs a company called Glue. That's with 2 O's. And he wants to create a faith ecosystem. Okay, you got me, man. Faith ecosystem. I'm a Christian. Let's go. I just got back from
Interesting to
church.
see where this goes. Yeah.
Big Salesforce for churches. Again, okay, I'm in because I've seen some of the churches and how things get run. And there's one downtown here in Rhode Island that is like a snake charm. I just fixed your hip type
Yeah.
church, faith healing. So I'm all for, technology in churches and making things easier. My church has been going through some audio issues that I'm just like, they can't afford good audio equipment or anything like that. And it's no different than their billing and shit like that. They're probably using older stuff. So Salesforce for churches is going to be a good idea. But he also wants to add chatbots and AI. So I'm like, again, I'm okay. How?
I mean, if you're teaching, if your model is being taught from a faith-based perspective, then
Yep. Go ahead. Keep that thought.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. It has potential. But
Yeah.
then when you start reading the article more, it's like, oh, you want them to do the pastor's work. You want AI to do the pulpit. Is that what you're getting at here? He wants to make Christian churches heavy AI. Now we've seen AI.
I mean, I was thinking more along the lines of here's an AI model that you can use for homeschooling your kids.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably on the books too. But I think having a robot pastor to me is not going to be good. He said, and I
Yeah.
quote, "My life mission has to work on a piece of technology that would improve the quality of life of every human on planet and hasten the coming of Christ's return." Oh, Pat, you had me. You had me, Pat. And then you had to throw that out there.
I mean,
You're,
I'm okay with the return getting here quicker because that's less time for me to screw things up. But
I agree.
um,
But you're
yeah.
you're going to put that into AI. So how many times is AI going to suggest something to you that probably shouldn't be suggested to you because it's faith-based? No. Don't invest your money. Give it to the church. No. If you give your tithe and increase your tithe by
Yeah,
5%, like
I'm
all this
thinking
stuff is there.
a little more cynical and dark. Like, no, you really should pluck out your eye.
Oh, good gosh. You can go all biblical on that. Like, hey, if your son's giving you that kind of problem,
Yeah, I can order a load of stones to be delivered to the house.
it's so wrong. Oh man, I can just feel the heat now. So also back from the dead, is SoundBlaster, of all things. Us Gen Xers remember the SoundBlaster. Hey, do you have a
Yeah.
SoundBlaster card in there? Man, it sounds great. Or the SoundBlaster combo of you get that computer, you have SoundBlaster speakers with you. Well,
Yeah,
they're
get some
back.
Creative Lab speakers. Nice.
Yep. It is called Reimagined. It's like a Stream Deck. It sits on your desktop. I got a picture in the show notes. It's listed as a modular audio hub combining controller with an LCD screen. It's going to be mostly for audiophiles and recording pros, like most of Creative Labs and SoundBlaster stuff was really for. You might have bought a computer that had it in it, but it was a few people. I knew a couple of people that were doing music in the mid to early 90s. That was like, dude, I got to get a good SoundBlaster card
Yeah.
because that's what they were doing. Each section of this unit can be removed and rearranged. So it's modular, like I want to say like the old Motorola phone that you could just slap magnetically stuff on the back. Think of it like your current iPhone that has a backing that has a magnet on it. It's kind of like that, where each of these parts are going to go and be rearranged. It's going to have 32-bit digital analog converter, a DAT, on it, which is very common for Creative Labs and Sound Blasters. Not common for a lot of other things, but that's a good converter. It's going to have separate headphone and microphone controls. It's going to be Bluetooth and Wi-Fi compatible. It's going to be $330, which I think is a little steep. Now, here's the weird thing, Free. The weird thing is that this is being made by Creative Labs themselves, but it's on Kickstarter. What the hell does that say about the company? You have a new device that you want to...
It's 3 dudes that are left. That's all. That's it.
And just
3
to...
audiophiles that worked there for 20-something years, and the company's... Yeah, we'll take over.
And somehow they're making the funding.
Wait, y'all owe how much money? Crap.
They put it on GoFundMe and they're making it, or Kickstarter rather, and they're making the funding. So there's still audio files and stuff and people that want that. So good on them. All right. So this one's
Works
good.
with PC, Mac, Linux, PS5, Switch, smartphones, etc.
Yeah. Basic USB interface. So it is nice, but you have competition on the gaming side of like everything from everything. You have the PC, you have Elgato doing their thing.
Right.
Like there's a lot of competition out. Next story that we have is something I thought was kind of funny. This one's good. It's a new browser on the market. It's called the Universe browser. It gives you perfect privacy protection. The online ad promises that it's the fastest and safest of all browsers, and it avoids privacy leaks and keeps you away from danger. So before you go and download it, listeners, before you go and do that, the United Nations investigation, it seems that the browser is connected to Chinese gambling websites, which, as we all know, what?
I predict
Okay.
that there will be approximately 30 million of these, 30 million downloads of this software.
You'd be correct. There has been a shit ton of downloads for that stupid ass browser already.
Because that pop-up will hit all the AOL users and they'll be like, ooh, safer, secure browsing.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Oh, yes. Didn't even think of it that way. And all of it, all the traffic routes through Chinese servers that literally scrape all your data. Literally scrape all your data. And if that's not bad enough, it installs several hidden programs in the background. You know, like keyloggers, random server connections, takes over your network connection, which I've seen a couple of these pieces when I was still at Geek Squad. And when they commandeer your network connections, it sucks. I mean, I was the only one in the department in 3 stores that knew how to go into the IP stack and remove some of the shit. They had like no idea. We're gonna format the computer. I'm like, why the f you formatting the computer? Just go into the IP config and fix it. Just go into the stack and remove the shit that's already there. They had no idea what I was talking about, but that's Geek Squad. And once you dig a little deeper, it has also connections to money laundering, human trafficking, scams, cyber fraud, and I believe one of them said pig killing. I don't even know I didn't know that's a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's a problem. So yeah, everybody stay away from the Universe browser. It is not the browser you want to go to. In fact, I've been like Perplexity AI has a browser which I have downloaded on one of my other computers, and there's another AI browser I believe from ChatGPT that they're showing security issues with that now. Not as bad as this one, but still security issues. So I think for the time being, I'm going to stick with Chrome and hope for the best, because look, these people are getting smarter and smarter, and then you're giving criminals access to AI, which is not helping matters at all. At all. So stay away from that browser.
This is crazy.
Isn't it? All right, wrapping up this week, Samsung apparently isn't making enough money free. So if you recently were on the market for maybe you redid, good, you have a thought.
No, I was going to say, I don't know how they wouldn't be making money since they sell more phones than anybody else. But
Oh, it's not just that. Like people, I used to have to explain to people. I had one bougie local lady that went, I'm going to take all my business elsewhere. I'm going to call Samsung right now and tell them I'm taking my family's phones. And I'm like, lady, they don't care. And I had to break down to her. I'm like, let me explain to you before you get super annoyed. I want to go ahead and spit this out at you. Samsung is a lot bigger than Americans think. Like they have their
it's
own
huge.
hospital. They have appliances, phones, TVs, their medical equipment. Like they are everywhere. They have a huge, they couldn't care any less if you took you and your 3 punk ass kids and went to an iPhone. Like they don't care at all. Their market share will not even take a dip. So a lot of people, because again, over the past couple of years, there has been a lot of people jumping on board with the whole flipping houses. That's been a big thing, especially up here. A lot of people flipping houses. I know one of the stores that I worked at, one of the Best Buys, had a rather large appliance section, and they had a lot of good clients that were coming regularly that were flippers, and they buy high end stuff, and they would buy all the Samsung products, the entire suite of their products, put into a house. So imagine buying a 2000, and that's one of their cheaper ones, the $2,000 Samsung fridge with the big display on the door.
Mhm.
That one that you can keep family notes on and grocery lists and recipes. And I thought that was brilliant. Not for me, but a great idea. Well, that is not yours. As we've pointed out on the show before, way back from when CDs, and we were told that we only own the plastic, we don't actually own any material on it, all the way up to, hey, Apple can disable anything it wants at any time. You bought that app, Apple's going to take it off the market, so they're going to pull it off your phone randomly.
Yeah.
Samsung plans to throw ads at you now, and this is bullshit. We sold those fridges at Best Buy, like I said, and you're paying between $2,000 and $4,000 for one of those fridges, with the higher end ones having AI to see what's in the fridge and help you with expiration dates and what food is running low, which again is what I want AI for. I think that's brilliant. And it's all built into the fridges. But at the same time, now that I think about it, what happens if they get that expiration for that chicken wrong? You end up getting salmonella. Now it's going to have ads on it as well. You're going to have ads on the front
There's
of
an
your
easy way to
fridge.
solve that.
Buy a regular fridge?
Well, either that or just don't put in your Wi-Fi network password.
But then why did you spend the extra money on the fridge?
I don't know why you'd want all that stuff on a fridge anyway, but that's just me. I'm
I
like
don't
low
know.
tech.
The receipt, the recipe thing, I can kind of get behind because I like to see, different things when I'm cooking.
Whatever. We all know that you are a total freaking tech junkie.
Maybe.
We know it.
It's possible.
If I could find a way to put an LED screen on these paper clips, you'd buy it.
Very good possibility that if they were Bluetooth connected, I would. It's just fucking greed, man. Like nobody can just sit there and even a fridge, like just make a fucking fridge. I don't
Yeah,
need
I mean, it's bad enough that you got to worry about repairing your fridge. Now you got to worry about, well, okay, what happens if a piece of this technology quits working? Does it shut the whole fridge down?
exactly. So I have a fridge upstairs that was here when I got the house years ago. It is a French door. The ice maker in the bottom stopped working a long time ago. The water dispenser on the door stopped working years ago. But the fridge is still cold. The moment it's not cold anymore, I'm getting rid of it and getting another one. And probably getting just a basic fridge. I'm lying. I'm probably going to end up getting something like a Samsung fridge. But
yeah, I already know.
Depending on the money, it depends.
I can't wait for you to do it too, because I'm gonna freaking you're gonna walk in. You're gonna walk in for a midnight stack, like 2 a.m. And as you approach your fridge, and the motion sensor on it detects that you're approaching it, and the screen opens up to do whatever you programmed it to do. No, it'll be me.
Back to bed, Sasquatch.
It'll be like a video of me. So, do you really think this is a good idea?
I can't see how that wouldn't happen. Okay. So that wraps up the show for this week. We might be taking a couple of weeks off. I got to handle some personal things. So I'm not sure. But as for this week, unless Fremont has anything else, hence down, show's over.
Whoop, whoop.
So you can find more of this garbage at bgfgonline.com. You can also send us an email with your questions or suggestions at bgfgshow@gmail.com. Find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, Podcast, Castro, Castbox, Podchaser, and YouTube. Thank you for listening.